A lot of people hated Hex, love this. It's funny. Because this is easy to understand. It's Ethereum, but better. Hex is like, what is this thing? We've never seen anything like it. So understanding Pulse is so much easier. That's why the Pulse chat room is 30 or 40% bigger than the Hex chat room. But the Hex chat room has been around 10 times longer. We've got 34,000 people in the Pulse chat room right now.
It is definitely easier to understand. What about this idea of aren't there concerns about centralization with 33 validators? I mean, like basically someone could literally just, with the most money, come and just dominate like Pulse. You could literally have bad actors come in from day one and, you know, have kind of malicious intent from the beginning. It probably wouldn't take a lot of money to come in and
let's do that measurement. First, we could go to that argument that you gave, which is why would someone blow their brains out? But in this case, it's a little bit more relevant, right? Because we've seen this work for Bitcoin. Why don't the Bitcoin miners just change the Bitcoin block limit and pay themselves higher rewards? Why don't the Bitcoin miners just stop the 21 million limit and just make it 2100 million? Why don't the Bitcoin miners just charge you a higher fee based on the amount of your transaction? Why is $1 billion transaction $2 instead of $200,000? I could do this parade of imaginary horribles with Bitcoin like really well, but they don't do that. So in the case of proof of work networks, we see them getting hacked and screwed up all the time. But in proof of stake networks, we very rarely see them getting hacked and screwed up. Proof of stake is safer than proof of work. The majority of hacks and problems that happen in cryptocurrency have nothing to do with hash rate or who has the hash rate. They have everything to do with bugs in the software. So, you know, if you're a minority chain like Ethereum Classic, you get 51% attacked often. If you're not, if you're a proof of stake network, there's no such thing as being a minority chain. So you remove that attack vector entirely. So like Verge got, you know, network reorged after like 10 months or something. It was a 10-month reorg, something like that. And then Ethereum Classic's been 51% attacked at least 4 times, I think. And
Bitcoin Cash as well. Wasn't there a lot of
there was a lot of contention, sure, and that supports my argument that proof of work is less safe than proof of stake. Now, what history of proof of stake screw ups do we have? Maybe Justin Sun screwing with I can't even remember the name of that like free speech thing. I don't know, like that like fake Reddit. Can't remember what it's called. So I don't have a record of proof of stake networks getting screwed up, and they've been around for years and years and years. So proof of stake is just by default safer than proof of work. And by the way, to cancel your one guy runs away and takes over forever, validators can choose what percentage of the rewards they give to people who delegated them stake. And so the most efficient places to put your stake are in the validators that have the least overhead, because they can afford to pay back the most percentage of the fees. Okay, and so
that's interesting. So you're going to have basically
a mechanism that makes you want to give it not to the top guy.
They're going to be able, the validators will be able to decide how much they want to give back to.
Yeah, and then you chose the validator with lower cost basis because he has a higher margin to be able to reward you, and that means that he doesn't have to like borrow as much or have as much overhead to get all the stake, and so you're always kind of rewarding the guy that's not the biggest guy, and then that helps decentralize the network.